My name is Philip Ewing, and we're here today to talk about my father, John Ewing, who was interned as a child in Shanghai, China by the Japanese. Mum and Dad died in the last 18 months, and we were clearing the house and found these rusty paper clips holding them together in a manila envelope in a suitcase in the loft. Had no idea. They'd never spoken of them before.
I'm Helen Rinaldi. Dad was born in Shanghai. They were living as civilians in Shanghai, going to school, and then when the war broke out, they had to go into a prisoner of war camp.
My grandfather was interned in 1942 in a separate camp for men. Wives and children were interned separately sometime later. My grandmother was something of an archivist, not a hoarder. She kept very important things, and we have a notice written to them from the Consul General for Japan telling them they are hereby ordered to live in the Civil Assembly Centre and to be present at Columbia Country Club, 301 Great Western Road by 1 p.m, 17th of June 1943. And there's a whole list of conditions and things they could bring, and they're not many. And they had, I think it was about 48 hours notice of this.
I think they were quite stiff upper lip and just get on with it and making sure they kept some structure and that kind of thing going on in the day. But obviously I can only imagine my grandmother was used to, in those days, her husband being in charge, and she had to cope on her own with two young boys and be responsible for them in a very, very different environment. So this is written from my dad, John Ewing, to his dad, John Carles Ewing, who was in Haiphong Road Camp, and the date of it is the 7th of February 44. So, dear Daddy, I'm third in my class. We're having a school play and I'm in it. We have eggs and bacon for breakfast. I boil the milk on the chatty. Mr. Nimmo and Uncle George have made a screen in our cubicle to keep out the draft. Happy Christmas to you and your camp. I wish you were here with us at Christmas. Love, John Ewing.
Yeah, I've got one also from my father, John Ewing, to his father, John Carles Ewing, on the 10th of November 1944. Dear Daddy, we have a cat in the bowling alley. He caught 3 rats. One of them he ate under our table. Do you play football? I'm doing long division. I drew a picture on Guy Fawkes Day and gave it to Mummy. I wish you could see it. We wish to see you again. I hope you're well. Give my regards to Uncle Sandy. With love from us all, John.
It's quite... Obviously, there's some bits of it which are like really because he's in a camp, but some of it's like a child writing to their dad, about being in a school play and that kind of thing. So it is, life goes on, doesn't it?
Some of the content of the letter reflects the fact they didn't have a father around them, and there were tough times, and I think they didn't want to say any upsetting news.
Yeah, it's true.
And so they just said what they thought he would want to hear. And there's a letter where they sign off, I hope you're having a good time too.
There's quite a lot in the letters about weight. Weight is a recurring theme. All the boys are regaining weight. This is how much they weigh. My granddad's saying this is how much he weighed. So you can only put 2 and 2 together by that to think, actually, things weren't that great.
While they weren't great, I think they were reasonably well treated. And their stories, my dad had to have 4 teeth extracted. So he went to the Japanese dentist under guard on his own at the age of 10 and had 4 teeth pulled out. Not a pleasant experience at the best of times. So he didn't have the greatest teeth, did he? At the end of the war, HMS Belfast was stationed in Shanghai, came out to Shanghai on a tour just in September, I think, 45. And a party was thrown on board for all the children who had been interned in Shanghai, not just one camp. And these children hadn't seen food for several years, and certainly not chocolate. And they wiped the whole ship out of all the good stuff. And I think all the sailors and the ratings there, because they were away from their families, they indulged these kids. And I remember they said he was sick at the end of it. They ate so much and so much fun. They were sick. And what was fantastic was on the 60th anniversary of I guess it was VJ Day, around the same time that it was the anniversary of the party on Belfast. My dad got a letter from the Imperial War Museum inviting him to another party on HMS Belfast.
That's so lovely.
And everybody who was on the first party was invited.
Dad did really well in life. He was very humble, very understated, very modest. And my analysis of that is from a book I read, is that actually a lot of children from this situation in the war, they didn't want to put their head above the parapet. They wanted to be kind of not seen kind of thing, because I guess that's caused retribution or trouble. Didn't want to make a noise about things, wanted a quiet life. And maybe that's his generation, or maybe that's from being with the camp, I don't know.
On VJ Day 81, we remember the strength, resilience and stories of those who lived through the Second World War in the Far East. Discover more remarkable stories of history preserved by families across the UK in the link below.